Conditioning compressor in Toyota hybrid cars. What makes it so special that these compressors barely give trouble? So in order to find out, we're gonna have to take apart the Toyota hybrid electric vehicle air conditioning compressor. Let's find out how they work and let's study in details the components inside. So welcome to this new episode. Sit tight and enjoy. The air conditioning compressors in hybrid electric cars is just an electric motor that receives DC from the high voltage battery. In other words, this is a high voltage, variable speed electric motor. And the first component that I'm gonna take out is the motor controller or the inverter. Here we go. It gives me a little trouble to go out because the inverter is also connected right here to the three-phase electric motor. So here it is. This is a small inverter assembly that, once again, I told you, it receives DC from the battery and uses a bunch of transistors, semiconductor, which is, of course, look, there's no better cooling system than the air conditioning itself. Yeah, the transistors barely give trouble. It has a bunch of capacitors, and finally you turn DC into a pulse width modulation, or a PWM, which is nothing more, nothing less than a simulation of alternating current. Look, three-phase output. Now then we have the motor itself. Let me open it up. Now this is the AC compressor that applies for Prius, Prius C. Most of them use exactly the same compressor. And the lubricant type of this compressor is ND Oil 11. Yeah, most of the compressors always have been using that one. I'm talking about the Toyota compressors. Okay, so we're gonna take out this high pressure chamber where the pressure is built up and comes directly from this scroll type piston. But this one is a little more particular. Look, instead of having one single flapper outlet, it has three. Why is that? Because it works with high pressure and low pressure compression as well. I didn't see the other compressors having the same output. So I'm gonna take out the scroll. So far looking good. The scroll type compressor pushes the maximum pressure to the middle and a light pressure right here into both sides. Can you see these tiny little holes? Yes. So we have then three flapper outputs, which relieves pretty much the high pressure inside the piston itself. I like very much this design. Oh, there it is. Here is the piston type. Remember, it moves in an eccentric rotation. There it is. That's it. It also has a little counterweight right here because of the eccentric movement. What type of bearing this one uses? It not specifying what type of bearing this one using. Eccentric movement, and finally we will have a conditioning compressors that barely gives trouble. But what is the big secret that this unit doesn't give trouble at all and doesn't go bad? It's very, very difficult to see an AC compressor in Toyota giving trouble. Designs are very similar compared to the other AC compressors, but probably because of the size of the compressor, instead of one single high pressure exhaust, we have one high pressure and two low pressure exhausts that relieves very much the high pressure and high temperatures in the compressor, making it more efficient. There is your answer. The Toyota air conditioning compressor, smaller and more efficient. But the main characteristic is thermal efficient. Now, adding the main recommendations that we give here in Hybrid Solution Diagnostic is do not use the air conditioning compressor in low temperatures. Otherwise, you will be always over revving the compressor to its maximum RPM, which is not really needed. Use it in 22